All right, what's going on, my notary family? So, real quick, I am just going to show you what I do when I get documents. I don't read through, I just check the titles and make sure it's nothing foreign in case I need to ask questions to the lender prior to the signing. So, that's what we're going to go through really quick today. Cue the intro. Okay, so we are back. My printer might start printing pretty soon. I have 3 signings today, one in like an hour and a half. So this is this one. So this is what I do. I get the docs, print them out, and I check it. Top sheet, settlement statement, breakdown of the loan. Second page, they would sign, no date. And closing instructions. I don't believe, let me move this so I can set these. Is for escrow officer. We don't need to sign that. And that's 5, settlement agent. That's not me. Closing disclosure. So I do break down the closing disclosure. 30-year fixed rate VA loan. The VA packets are big. Okay, there's extra VA papers to sign, so these are going to take a little bit longer. All right, loan amount, interest rate, monthly payment. Estimated taxes includes homeowners insurance, property tax. All right, so we have the closing disclosure. There's my printer. And there is 4 copies of the closing disclosure. There's 2 signers. So they're going to sign and date the closing disclosure 2 times. VA rate reduction. So this one just has previous loan and proposed loan. They sign and date the bottom. It's just a comparison. Owner survey affidavit. We are the owners of the premises described above. That's all I need to see. Sign and date the bottom. California credit score disclosure. Nothing to sign here. This one just lets them know that they checked it. Notice to home applicant. This is about the credit. They check Equifax transfusion experience. Sign and date the bottom. And what is this one? Finance and law statement of loan. Finance lenders, you acknowledge the receipt of the closing disclosure. Sign and date the bottom. Has an insurance disclosure. Sign and date the bottom. Right to receive copy of appraisal report. Sign and date the bottom. Appraisal waiver receipt form. They have 3 options to choose from. If they want a copy, they want to waive a copy, you sign and date. And this one is an interest rate lock agreement. That's one we just need to sign. No, initial. It says initial. Second page, they would sign and date. First payment letter is a breakdown of the monthly payment. This one just sign and date, and they get coupons on the next page if they don't get them in the mail prior to their first payment due date. Escrow account disclosure, sign and date. Tax information, uniform residential loan. This one is the cheat sheet. I like to call it a cheat sheet because it has all the information on here that they use to qualify the loan. Okay, sign the top, but this is not a loan presentation. This is just what I do when I go through it. Normally I wouldn't even read this much information, but I just already know what the residential loan. So it has mortgage information, property information, borrower's information, employment information. It has assets and liabilities. So we know what that is. Demographic information. I had one time they had to sign this on, but not today. HUD addendum. This is the VA one. This one has 2 signatures in the middle and the bottom. The one that I missed on that one loan, I had to drive 30 minutes just to get 1 signature again. Report and certification of loan disbursement. This is the other VA loan. So this one on the second page, you got to be a little particular because there are boxes they need to check off. Initial, sign, and date. But there are big black arrows on there, so you know where to do it. Request for transcript 4506T. So on this one, make sure they sign and date and check the box if it's not checked already. Alright, taxpayer consent form, sign and date, borrower certification authorization to release personal information to the lender. Alright, sign and date. Affiliate business arrangement disclosure. Okay, most you'll find that in every packet that they have the other business that they do work with. Sign and date, federal collection policy notice, and this is VA specific. that the government can't take these actions. That's already in the bullet points if something faulty happens in payments. Okay. Sign and date. Acknowledge receipt of homeownership closing counseling notice. Not closing notice, counseling notice. This one's a sign and date. Please read carefully prior to signing. The property will serve as this mortgage is my primary residence. We have not closed on any mortgage loans. Sign and date. Fact act notice that they will report any late payments to the credit bureau. May report. Sign and date. And this next one will be a sign and date about what the company does with your personal information. Borrower's debt certification. And they have not obtained any debt. And sign and date. Borrower's declaration. They state the following. There's 4 bullet points here. All information in the residential loan application is true and correct. This will be a sign and date. Instructions to the notary. This is for me. I'll read that later. Patriot Act. You just put their ID and you sign a date. And when you sign, you put signing agent. That's why I was trained, and I saw some other. Most of the time, it's sign as signing agent, and then I got an email. They said put notary public, but I don't do that. I put signing agent. Your note, promise to pay. We don't need to read that. 3rd page, sign and date. Deed of trust. There's 11 pages. That they have the pink slip to the house till it's paid off. I say that because sometimes it makes it kind of funny because we only know pink slip by a car, but it makes it a little more entertaining inside the loan process. And this is a VA, another specific loan that the loan is not assumable without approval from the VA. This one was sign and date. Also, be careful, especially on VA loans. You want to check for initials at the bottom because sometimes they have it in these little boxes on the bottom left corner. So if you don't get it, you will have to go back. Notice of right to cancel. They do have it printed in here, the date, today's date, and the right to cancel date, which is nice, but still double check that. And you can get those. You can go online and print out notary calendar or something like that where it has the date, today's date, and then the right to cancel date already on there. So double check that to make sure they put it correctly on there as well. This one you signed date bottom. And you always get a bunch of copies of the right to cancel in whatever packet, doesn't matter. Occupancy statement. This one you notarize that property is owner occupied, errors in emission, and you notarize that. Signature affidavit. Okay, sign, notarize, cover sheet, authorization to release social security number, and they would sign that. Cover sheet, authorization for the second signer. Bam, W-9, we all know what that's for. Okay, and we have 2, 1 for each. Next one, just sign and confirm. Oh, the date's already in there. And the date is correct, December 3rd. Notaries must read. I've worked with this company before, so I've had this paper. Yeah, just do your job and make sure you check for blue and black ink. That's always do that. If you don't see it, if you're on SnapDocs and they send you something there, chat, and you don't see blue or black, check your email. If you don't see blue or black, I use black. So here's an acknowledgement. Signature of officer. So I'm an officer in that form. Mobile notary cert. So I do that. Refi escrow instructions. See, this one has initials at the bottom. Your finance escrow instructions. They would just initial all 9, 7, 8, 9 parties acknowledge, and they just date. Yeah, this one's weird. There's no signature on here. They just date it. They just initial and date. Attention notary public. The following sign-up procedure must be followed. Oh, this is for me. More information for me. Make sure you do your job and double check your job. Triple check your job. What's this top form? Plain English privacy statement. There's no way they have to sign this. Yeah. No. They don't sign that. What does the financial group do with your personal information? Nothing to sign. Authorization to disperse funds. So this one, this for if they get money back, they want to wire to their check-in, or they want to get a check mailed, or they pick it up in person. And they would sign and fill out the necessary section. And we notarize that one. Acknowledgement receipt of settlement statement. They sign. No date on that. Identity fraud prevention affidavit. So this is just them filling out their personal information. Name, address, birth date, sign, and we notarize that. line of credit payoff affidavit. So they have two things to check here, and sign and date. And I notarized the second page. Borrower's affidavit, identity, borrower fraud protection, marital status. They would need to check that. And here's initials on this next page. As the date thereof, the subject property is habitable and has not been damaged or destroyed by natural man-made causes. And initial to agree and confirm. So nothing on this page. Yeah, the VA goes a little more specific, and homeowners insurance. So then they would sign the last page, and I would notarize. So that's something good to look out for, because you normally don't look in the middle of documents for initials, but that's why you got to look through them, especially on the VA, because they have a bunch of extra. This packet was like, I don't know, 180 pages, I think, or 160. Limited power of attorney to the title. Okay. And this one, they put the date at the top, and accepted by borrowers or rejected by borrowers. They can choose, but you got to accept it because they need limited power of attorney to finish this loan. Then I notarize the second page. Post-closing cover letter. I acknowledge all the recordable documents have been reviewed and approved for recording of this mortgage deed. Authorized rep printed same. I think this is me. Procedure: title company review the entire. No, this is not. Title company remove. Title company. Did any borrower and initial any page of yes? Patriot Act. Comments below. Authorized rep. I don't think that one's for me. I have to find out. Oh, it says title company review the entire package. Did any borrower? No. If yes, yeah. I don't think that was for me. Hopefully not. I have to call them and check, because I never had a form like that. Customer survey. They're starting to put these in now. This is like my third one out of the last 7. I had a customer survey. But look, this is a survey on me while I'm at the signing. How well did the signing agent answer your general questions? Overall, are you satisfied with the signing agent we chose? See, how? I would think this is something they would put in an email, but it's kind of weird. Like, here's a survey on my performance. Just fill it out and give it right back to me. But this is where the jokes come into play. One thing people never forget. They never forget how you made them feel. If you think about your kindergarten teacher, your 3rd grade teacher, 4th grade teacher, you can remember the teachers that you loved and the teachers that you hated. Okay? You probably don't remember their name, but you remember how they made you feel. So, having a nice smile, smelling good, and knowing what you're talking about, and create some bond, because you're going in people's homes. Don't make it uncomfortable. It's hard for people to say bad things about people they like. Make yourself likable and peopleable. Another plain English survey, and what they do with your personal FedEx form way in the back. And that is it. That's all they have to sign. So 13 minutes long, but I went over a little bit of extra stuff. Normally it just might take me 5 minutes max. But again, the VA loans take a little bit longer to go through and double check for small details, because you never know. You get a couple new forms in here. What time is it? 12:52. Okay, so I gotta leave in 40 minutes. I'm gonna shave real quick, line myself up, and get going. I got a 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and a 7 o'clock. So I'm going to take care of that. Alright, and that's how I go through the docs. Normally, I'll just read the title, and I see the title of the doc, and I just make sure that that's what it is, and I already know how to explain it. You see the same thing over and over. Settlement statement, note, E&O, deed, but you get the little ones in there that's kind of weird that you're not used to. So that's why it's good just to go through your docs. Okay, so that's that. That's how I go through them before my loan signing. A little mini presentation. All right, so look over that. Thank you very much. Love you. See you next time.